So, welcome to this practice where we are going to look at the posture supine twist. But before we get into that, I just want to do a little bit of a warm up with you just to get you ready for that transition. We would normally do a supine twist at the end of a practice, usually just before Savasana. But if you're in pain, discomfort, or you're just feeling frustrated, coming into supine twist or any twist is really, really beneficial for your hormones, because when we come into a twist, we are detoxifying all of our internal organs, in particular the liver, which is a wonderful feeling to get you to be grounded and bring that cortisol level down if you're feeling stressed or anxious. So I'll pop some details in the description about cortisol levels and why we need to stretch and why we need to twist. So first of all, let's just come into a couple of twists just to get us warmed up. So I want you to just take your palms face up on your knees. So I'm sat cross-legged. I am sat on a bit of the edge of a yoga brick just to keep my posture straight. I've been doing yoga for nearly 20 years now, and I still cannot sit cross-legged without a brick. So use props. That's what they're there for, and they're there to help you be more comfortable and more relaxed. So once you've got your palms facing up, I just want you to get yourself grounded, get yourself connected with your mat. Breathing in and breathing out. So wherever you are right now, if you are in pain or if you're feeling a bit just under the weather, out of sorts, need a bit of a pick-me-up, this is the practice for you. It's going to be short, but it's going to be really beneficial as we really rinse out those organs, moving that fascia tissue that gets stuck and just really doesn't help with our ability to relax, our ability to let go. So we need to get moving, we need to get breath into the organs, into the blood flow, into what's called meridians. Pop some information in the description about meridians. So let's do 3 breaths where we breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, just to let it all go. So breathing in, an open mouth exhale. Inhale. Really let it go. If you're familiar with lion's breath, maybe use your tongue. No one's looking. Doesn't that feel better already? So open your eyes. And then we're just going to turn, doesn't matter which side, just take yourself over to one side. Take your fingertips behind you, other fingertips on your knee, and just draw yourself around. So just breathe in here for a moment, just feeling that stretch. Keeping that left hip and that left knee down. Breathing into the back body. One more inhale. And on your exhale, come back to center. And then inhale the other side. Fingertips behind you, other hand on your knee. Draw yourself up and twist. Keeping your right knee down, your right hip down. Moving with breath. As you inhale, draw yourself up. As you exhale, see if you can twist any tiny little amount more. Breathe in and come back to center. Well done. So we're just going to do a little bit of a really nice opening of the shoulders and of this clavicle area here. And I really like this. It's a really good one if you've got a headache. So take your arms out straight in front of you and then bend the elbows. You're going to take your right arm, so I'm mirroring you, I'll come to an angle so it's a little bit easier for you. So you're going to take your right arm over your left. So right arm comes over the left. And then what you're aiming to do from here is connect both palms together. Now, if you don't get there, don't worry, just grab pinky finger and thumb or whatever works. If it doesn't work at all, then just let them stay here because we're going to be concentrating on the elbows anyway. So once you've got your grip, however that looks, I want you to start to imagine these elbows are on an escalator and they're going up and down. You're going to draw those elbows up as far as you can, and then you're going to bring them back down again. This is eagle pose. So bringing them up on an inhale and bringing them down on an exhale. So do that in your time, because this is an intense pose and everyone's different. Everyone will have a different grip, a different twist in the arms. But where I want you to take your focus, rather than your elbows, is your middle back. So when you're breathing, I want you to take your focus to your back ribs. So we forget about the back ribs because we never concentrate on our breathing. But when we concentrate on our breathing, the back ribs start to open. And this encourages energy to flow and it opens up the intercostal muscles. I'll explain what they are when we move to the other side. So just bring the elbows down, release the hands, unwind the arms, and then just let your shoulders come back. Oh, that's nice. We'll do the other side. So arms in front, bend the elbows, left elbow now over the right. And then you're going to release your fingers, and it'll probably be completely different on this side. It is for me. So wherever you get your grip, even if it's just pinky finger and thumb, that's fine. And then start to inhale and exhale. And again, take your attention to your back. So I was explaining about the intercostal muscles. They are the muscles that weave in and out of your rib cage. And they're what can, if you live a very lazy life, if you don't move, if you sit at a desk all day, drive a car, they are the muscles that get tighter and tighter, get hard, and they're the muscles that are weaving in and out of your rib cage. So imagine how free you'll feel if you start to strengthen and lengthen those muscles in the back of your ribs. And we do that by doing postures like this, taking our attention to the back ribs, which we don't often do because we don't often take attention and focus to our breath. Couple of more like this. I promise you this is worth it. You might be feeling it, if this is your morning, you might be feeling it later on in the day or tomorrow. All right, bring it down, release your hands. Oh, just open up your hands as if you're greeting the day or just allowing the end of your day to just release and let go. And then just move what feels natural to you. So just quite fluid, just let everything be fluid. Moving the shoulders, moving the spine. Just let it all be soft and relaxed and no tension. We don't want any tension in the body. Now we're going to come into our supine twist. So you might need a couple of props because there's a couple of things that I want you to be aware of when you come into supine twist. Because sometimes, for many years, I wasn't told a lot of this, and once I knew it, it became so much nicer to come in and out of. So we're going to come over onto our right side first. So I would recommend that you have a block on your right side and on your left side, and I'll explain why in a minute. One of the things that you may or may not be aware of is this is usually done at the end of practice when we're coming into Savasana. And you may have had quite an energetic practice and you may be quite warm. However, when you come into supine twist, you cool down really, really quickly. And one way to stop that from happening, even if you're too hot, is to get a blanket rolled up like this and pop it on your belly, that lovely womb area, because this is where you lose your heat the quickest after a practice. And we want to keep that heat in because we want to use that heat to move into our twist. So get that ready as well so that you've got that for once we get into it. We're going to go this way, so I'll put it that side. So come down onto your back and then you're going to hug your knees into your chest. And then you're going to take your knees all the way over to the right. Now, I want you to take them all the way over to the right. I want you to be on a right angle with your mat because I want to explain a few things. I'm just going to take the clip out of my hair. So once you're down on your mat and you've got your knees at right angles with the mat, the aim of supine twist is to keep both shoulders on the ground. So straight away, my left shoulder isn't on the ground. So we need contact with the ground. So you want to get your brick and put it at a particular point that feels good for you where you can rest your arm so that you've got some contact with the ground. Now, my legs will stay up this far, but if you're really struggling to keep your legs on this angle, then you've got two choices. You can either draw your knees away from you, which gives you space in this left hip, or you can keep them where they are and you can prop your right knee on a block which lifts you up off the ground. The choice is yours. Play around and see where you want to land. And we're just going to stay here for a few breaths. So first and foremost, let's just take the head up towards the sky. And we'll just take a couple of breaths there. And then if you want your blanket, if you're getting a bit chilly, just pop it over your belly. And then it's great because it gives you that access for your props and everything else. This spare hand, your right hand, can just go on your left knee. It can hook underneath if you feel like you need a little bit of traction there just to keep it there. All in all, once you've got there, close the eyes. And we're going to do 3 breaths on landing in the posture. So inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. When you exhale, just feel your rib cage, back of your ribs, back of your spine relax into the ground. And then what I want you to do, just before you get settled for a couple of minutes in this posture, is lift your head off the ground and take it over to the right. So the side of your head now should be on the ground. And I just want you to do that because it makes the twist a little bit simpler if you're facing the same way as your knees. You can go in the opposite direction, but for today, let's just keep it simple. So you're going to be here for a couple of minutes, so get comfortable. Connect with all the parts of your body that's against the mat and notice how you feel. Okay, so deepen the breath. And then just roll your head back to center. You may need to pick it up a little bit at the end. Bring your left arm back into center. Bring your right arm to meet it. Interlace the fingers over your belly. And then bring your left leg back into center. Plant the left foot on the ground, bringing your right foot towards it. You'll have bumped your hips over a bit, so bump them back to center. Shuffle around until you get back into your midline. That's the line that runs down the middle of your body. Take a moment before we do the other side. Connect with your body and your groundedness. Doesn't that feel wonderful? And then just open your eyes for a moment whilst we do the other side. So hug your knees into your chest. And then as you come over to the left side, really bring those knees up towards your chest. And again, where are you with your angle? So can you get your shoulder on the mat? If not, grab your prop just to keep that arm in line with your shoulder. Do you need a prop on the other side? Or do you want to take your knees slightly away from you now on the angle? So play around with what feels nice on this side. Remember, you can take this left hand and place it on your right knee, or in the back of the crease of your right knee. Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning. Fun fact, if you haven't watched a previous video where I mentioned this, a yawn isn't a sign of you being disrespectful. It's a sign that you want to listen and you're interested and your brain needs more oxygen, so you yawn. I love that fact. So let's lift our heads off the mat, turn to the left and settle in. Just allowing everything to release. Try not to put too much tension into anything. And then notice what parts of your body are connecting to your yoga mat and the ground beneath you. Let your breath be steady and even. I'll leave you now for a couple of minutes. So start to deepen your breath. Maybe wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And as this is the last practice in this series, we're not going to come out of this practice. So let's just bring the right arm in, roll the head back, left arm to meet, interlace the fingers. Bring your right leg back into center, left leg to meet, bump the hips, and then we're going to just come into our Savasana. So take your legs away from you, let the feet relax, keep your blanket on your belly. Oh, sleepy. And what I would like to, if you've never tried this before, it is quite nice, so try it, see what you think. Rather than having your head flat on your yoga mat for your Savasana, lift your head and pop a block just under the base of your skull. And then take your arms out wide, palms facing up. See how that feels for today's Savasana. So I will just leave you in Savasana now. I'll not bring you out. The music will play for around 3 minutes, after which you can continue in your silence, maybe meditate, or you can get on with your evening or your day. So for now, lie back, relax, and let go. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.